Greg, how's the new role?
I'm enjoying it. I mean, we haven't gone very far in it yet, so hasn't been too much criticism so far. So far so good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a great challenge and a great time to be coming into the role.
Steve Waugh said in the paper today that he expects you to really shake things up and similar to what you did back in the 80s, give some young guys a good opportunity to make their mark.
Well, we'll certainly be looking for good young players. We've got to keep looking at how we can improve the team, but it's not. It's not a sort of scorched earth policy of young players by any stretch of the imagination. The young players that we've got around the place have to earn their position in the side, and if they play well, and we're lucky that over the next 2 weeks we have some domestic cricket in which we can see them and our experienced players all playing at the same time. So it'll be a great chance for both the experienced players and the young players.
The reputations of the incumbents always seem to get them over the line on the tricky selection issues. Are you a supporter of that? Or, I mean, I noticed you said that reputations probably won't count for too much in this Test series.
Well, it is about performance, but equally, I think you discard experienced players and proven players very carefully. I would rather see that we gave them one chance too many than one chance too few. But having said that, part of the importance of selection is about picking players at the right time, giving them the opportunities when they're ready for it, and equally, I suppose you've got to know when to leave players out. So that's the challenge of it, and that's part of what we enjoy doing.
The timing of naming that particular squad for the Ashes seems a little bit premature in some ways. I mean, it's coming out very, very early, considering there's a lot of cricket to be played before we actually get into it.
Yeah, you could always argue that the timing could be better, but that is the timing we've got. I think we've got some strategies in place that will allow us the most time and the most opportunity, and the players the most time and opportunity to press their claims. It's the first Test match of a series is always an important one, but I think this is a very important one. So we're conscious of giving everybody as good an opportunity as possible.
In percentage terms, is the team already 80% picked? Is it not?
Well, we haven't had the meeting, so it's not. Nobody's been picked at this stage. But look, I don't see we're going to see wholesale changes going into the first Test match. But if we see opportunities and we see ways that we can improve the side, we'll be open to doing that.
What about Cameron White skippering Australia, Given the speculation around Michael Clarke, is that a possible entree for him to one day get the top job?
Not necessarily, but obviously he's a young player that we're aware of. His leadership credentials are good. He's had a lot of success with Victoria. He's had opportunities with Australia A before as a captain, and we're very conscious of his skills across the board. So we're keen to give him that opportunity. He's earned it.
Is that going to be a tough decision when that comes? You talked about life after Ricky Ponting.
Not necessarily, and again, I think a lot of the media speculation has been quite bemusing, I suppose, as much as anything else. That some of the stories that I've read, I've just found very interesting. I don't know where they come from. Michael is the vice captain of the Australian team. History tells you that doesn't necessarily mean that you're next captain, but you're certainly on the radar, and we're very happy with the stuff that Michael has done, and we're not looking to knock him out of the pecking order in any way. It's an opportunity for Cameron to do the job down there, and that's it.
Do you think Michael will be the next captain?
I have no idea at this stage. A lot of that will depend on when the job becomes vacant.
Is Ryan Harris a chance to stake his claim, I suppose, for this Test squad? Shield matches, he played in the one day of Queensland the other day, just back from an injury. He hasn't got a great deal of time.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Ryan, a little bit as it will be for Doug Bollinger. Just one game before the first Test match. They're both coming back from injury. They're both bowlers that we're very interested in and believe that they have a part to play. So again, trying to give them as much time to prove their fitness will be important. They'll certainly be well in the reckoning, if not in the first Test, at different stages, because different wickets require different types of bowlers, and both Ryan and Doug offer us something that other bowlers don't. So we're watching them very closely.
How big is the concern over Doug's fitness at the moment?
Doug's pretty right. I saw him the other day in Sydney. He's back bowling again. The biggest thing, I suppose, is match fitness. Just one game, is that enough? it'll depend a lot on how he performs in that game.
He's not playing this week, is he?
No, he's not playing in this week, so it'll be in the week leading up to the test match. So, we have to make a decision on just how much leeway we're prepared to give and how much risk we're prepared to take with what will be a leading bowling position in a very important test match.
I think with Doug that'd be something like 4 days cricket in 7 weeks. So at this stage, is it more if the benefit of the doubt would be to not play in the first test and go with the Siddle or someone like that?
Possibly. I mean, they're the options, obviously, and we'll be weighing all of those up. And I don't expect when we get together before the team's announced next week that it'll be an easy decision. I should imagine there'll be quite a lot of discussion.
And did you get any scouting reports out of England's first appearance in Australia against WA?
Yeah, we've had some interesting reports. We know a lot about the England side. We pretty much know what to expect from them. So there wasn't anything in the scouting reports that surprised us in any way or frightened us or pleased us necessarily. I think it's going to be a great series. I'm looking forward to it, not just as a selector, but just as a cricket person. I think it's going to be two pretty evenly matched teams. Whoever gets on top early will take the advantage.
Two more questions, Frank.
Just your thoughts on the Pakistani keeper obviously leaving the UAE and heading back to London?
Yeah, and I only caught the stuff on the news this morning. Interesting story, that's all I can say because I don't know much about it.
Do you expect most of the discussion at selection to surround our middle order and what to do with Hussey and North and Khawaja, etc.?
Oh, look, I think there'll be a lot of discussion around that, around the middle order, but there'll be a lot of discussion around spin bowling and fast bowling as well. Just trying to make sure that we look at the England team, we know what their strengths and weaknesses are basically, trying to get our team that will maximise their weaknesses and minimise our weaknesses, minimise their strengths as well. So that's what we'll be aiming to do. So there'll be a lot of discussion about a lot of things, I'm sure.